Hello all, I am the Übermensch, and today we'll be doing a collaboration with the fellow medic main who's been here since vanilla. Introducing YDoc, who's here to make sure this video isn't overly stupid. Without further ado, take it away, Herr Doctor.
My pleasure. We'll begin this journey of ideas and discussion with the faulty flow, a medigun I imagine with half-baked stylings similar to that of the beggar's bazooka. The faulty flow puts out health at an inferior rate from the stock and its constituents, at roughly negative 20 to 25%. We can take 21%, however, for some hypothetical math, which brings the base healing rate without critical heals to 19 versus the default healing of 24 health per second. The missing health from the base healing rate would then flow back into the medic while healing a wounded patient, providing a rugged alternative to the otherwise more selfless mediguns. The Uber would be segmented like the vaccinator and would provide an AoE effect around the medic, which would provide the same missing heal percentage, perhaps multiplied, to all allies around the medic. In general, the Uber being able to be triggered for shorter segments can allow it to be used for a short time to quickly stabilize a group on the go, or could be maintained for its full duration to aid in a push. This medigun would primarily find use as a change of pace, though I can see it working well as a pushing tool, especially with a complementary Uber type. In more serious venues, it might find limited use as a way to immediately aid in teamfights on points with low prep time, where it could immediately rush a point, pop a mini Uber, and give your entire team in proximity a small buff that could possibly give them an early edge, as well as some additional security for the medic themselves, while the enemy presumably has a more powerful, yet unprepared Uber. If this medigun is considered too weak for any amount of serious usage, its theme of ruggedness could extend to providing the medic's flowback healing to allow them a small overheal, perhaps just 10 health. This would provide the item with an additional benefit of protecting themselves from a single sniper quickscope, or offsetting the health penalty of the Vitasaw to be able to store up most of, if not the entirety, of one of the usable Uber segments for quick deployment. Additionally, this medigun's health flowback feature could be a good companion for those medics who enjoy the Blutsauger from time to time, as the feature would help offset the lack of passive healing that having the Blutsauger equipped applies to you. All in all, it would appeal to a certain audience and have its uses, though my primary concern with it might be that it encourages bad habits to underdeveloped medics who only pull it out when someone is hurt nearby, when they themselves are hurt, in order to quickly heal themselves and go back to being a battle medic. You could argue that the people playing battle medic aren't healing people at all, and this would at least get them to be a medic somewhat and use its passive effective Uber to heal themselves, which would in turn get them to heal their entire team by proxy, even if only somewhat and accidentally. But accidental ignorance healing, while still better than nothing, still does not act as a great teaching tool to emphasize that the primary job is to heal and support rather than try and obtain all the frags. So while this medigun would be unique and fun to try, it could also be dangerous in the hands of those that don't yet know any better.
And on to my idea for a medigun, the Overhealer. This medigun would have a heal rate penalty of 10 to 25%, plus 50% overheal capacity and duration, and an Uber identical to the quick fix, but would not overheal the medic popping it, nor would it provide any immunity to movement impairing effects. I can see this medigun working best with servers containing less than 9 players, or if your team is taking very little damage. This way you can buff more and heal less. Though we doubt to see something like this competitively viable, it will sure be a blast to use in pubs.
God dang it, Bobby! You forgot about roamers! The Overhealer could be a great boon to teams with several roamers that aren't actively near the medic to grant them a potent overheal that sticks with them long after they have taken their pit stop with the medic. The Overhealer isn't just potent via the amount of overheal it gives, but also its superior length that the overheal sticks around. Another thing to consider is that overheals can be refreshed by other mediguns, even those with a lower overheal capacity than the original buff. That means you could do something like take the giant overheal of something like the Overhealer, and if you have an ally medic, move with that buffed combo with the quick fix and have a much higher overheal on that combo than they would otherwise be capable of, at least until the overheal is knocked out. A possible potential downside, though, is where people want to grab their overheal and then run and go use it rather than stick around with you as a combo, leaving you undefended for longer than you might wish. Previously, you speak of blast. I give blast. We have the sneaky sterile mutation. You take the stock syringe gun, you give it a Gesundheit meter that ramps up by something innocuous, like healing alongside your Uber or assists or something of that nature as to not encourage non-team play, battle medic behavior. Hitting your alt fire would trigger the Gesundheit, which would forcibly fire all remaining syringes in magazine at once in a roughly shotgun spread blast. Yes, you sneeze your remaining syringes at aggressor. To offset this from being an overpowered kill blast to simply being a dangerous defense mechanism, the sneaky sterile mutation would have a significantly smaller magazine to make its primary fire less effective in the stock and its alt fire less instantly fatal. Since 40 syringe would be a lot to take at once. Is good. You will buy it now. Thank you, please.
And onto the final weapon idea, the Blutstift. This melee does bleed damage at the cost of 20% damage and no random critical hits. This melee is perfect for times where the enemy teams have a spy that is keeping you from getting to the objective. Though situational, I could see this making good use in Highlander, as spy is oftentimes the only class that you will be getting into melee range with. And they'll usually have a disguise on, so you can't farm charge with the Uber Saw.
And let's not forget about the psychologically damning effects of getting bleed onto one of your opponents. Now, granted, you're not going to be running around all willy-nilly with your melee as medic, but if you happen to get close enough to your enemy medic while your respective combos are butting heads and manage to get a smack in, you may very well force them to make some difficult decisions. Do they stay there and bleed out while their passive healing has been nerfed to hell or utterly canceled? Or do they run off and heal themselves and leave their team high and dry? And that about wraps it up. This video has been about us having fun. So before any of you go, run, hide, throw your bodies in a motherly fashion to protect your precious balance, be aware, we did this for fun. We are not agents of Valve. We don't expect any of this to be implemented. If it was implemented, we fully understand that it might have negative effects because we all know Valve takes their sweet time with new weapon ideas.
Exactly. How long has it been since our last weapon? A year? Well, thank you all for watching this video. Like he said, don't take it too seriously, and I'll see you all next time.